Attention contractors! You want to hear a little secret? Besides all the awesome keynote speakers, panels, debates, and breakout sessions, we host the largest trade show expo floor on the planet at the Windstorm Conference. At WTS, you can tour our massive trade show expo floor and meet with many of your favorite industry vendors, manufacturers, service and technology providers. You also may meet some new ones that will help you scale your company to scale it in 2020. They're all coming! Meet with your favorite building suppliers like ABC, Beacon, SRS, USLBM, and many more. Or how about some of your favorite manufacturers? GAF, Tamco, Owens Corning, Malarkey, IKO, Certainty, Tilcor, Duralast, Decra, and many more of your favorite manufacturers. Or check out some of our many technology and service providers like Hilltrace, Acculinks, Xactimate, and many more. What's up, Derek? Booyah, baby. At WTS, we're also going to bring you the latest in drone and virtual reality technology. We're going to show you the latest industry-specific training on the planet on how to use this new technology to scale your company in 2020. So come join the shakers and movers of the industry at the Windstorm Conference and Trade Show Expo on February 20, 21, 22 at the Phoenix Convention Center and make the decision to scale it in 2020. Booyah, baby!
I'm back. Did you guys miss me? Sorry about that. I discovered that the PowerPoint, if you guys tuned into the first round of this, did not update anything because computers are awesome like that and it's Monday, you know. That's basically how it rolls in the way of technology, right? So let's get going again. For those who don't know me, I'm meteorologist Heather Kay. This is your 12 p.m. or 12:15 forecast for Monday. Today is the 13th. We got to thank our sponsors once again, C3 Group as well as Merlin Law Group. Thank you guys as always for sponsoring this video, and hopefully everything works well, and if not, Mondays are Mondays. All right, so let's get going here. Let's look at the highway to hail. If you haven't noticed already, we're going on tour, starting in Omaha, then to Denver, Atlanta, Oklahoma City, down south to Dallas, Charlotte, Orlando, Chicago, Minneapolis, and closing out in Pittsburgh on March 10th. So if you are interested to attend any of these, go to our Facebook page, and I believe you can go there and register, where we will give you the ideas of what we're thinking of what's going to happen this year in terms of hail for 2020. And like I was talking about in the first round, and hopefully everything is correct this time, we had a kind of interesting set of events that happened on Friday and Saturday. If you haven't noticed, it's January. Not March or April or May, June, whatever. It's January. And we saw, there we go, 205 filtered wind reports on Friday. And then we saw 486 filtered wind reports on Saturday. What I mean by filtered is that the National Weather Service likes to take out the duplicates to avoid any of the fluff. If you look online, the unfiltered wind reports for Saturday was over 700. But again, there are a lot of duplicates in there, so hopefully this number is a bit more accurate. And as we go into the next few months, we'll get some of the official numbers. So that was the highest ever for a January day. That's just mind-blowing. So Saturday was the highest amount of wind reports in January since the 29th of January in 2013. And we did see some hail on Friday, not as much as what we were anticipating, but we still saw 23 reports come in for that. And then we didn't see anything on Saturday, which we were kind of anticipating. We said that it was going to be a big wind day and very little to no hail, and that's exactly what happened. And the number of hail reports that we saw was the highest for a January day since the 21st of January in 2017, where we saw 70. So how does that compare to the last 20 years? Well, the 23 that we saw is not out of the ordinary. We've seen higher numbers before, again, 70 in 2017, and then I mean, pretty low numbers overall. That was a massive day in 2008. We saw 157 hail reports. Now, the more interesting thing has been the wind. Again, this is January. We saw numbers that we don't see until at least April or May. And so this was just mind-blowing. Again, the highest amount that we've seen in the last 20 years in the month of January. This is what we usually see in April through July, but we have seen something like this before in November, but not in January. The closest that we've ever seen for a day in January for high winds was back in 2008 as well as in 2013. But other than that, look at these numbers. They're not even close to what we saw. Now, let's look at overall the highest wind day per year. I mean, this is any time of the year. And these are the massive ones. And you can see, for the most part, it's May, June. There's one in March. So this is January. We're not supposed to see stuff like this. All these high numbers, the highest wind total or highest wind day just for an entire year, most of them have been in June, and there are a few Julys in here. But yeah, this has never happened before. And like I said earlier, this is, as of right now, unofficially, the 6th highest wind day ever. And it's January. Mother Nature, I don't know what is up with you. I don't know if it was the full moon or what. Woo! All right, here is what we saw on Friday. Again, these are filtered hail reports. It was pretty bananas. We did see some hail, though. Again, not as much as what we were anticipating. And here is the big day that happened on Saturday. The southeast got slammed with wind. And I do want to mention, why am I mentioning wind and not as much as hail? Like, why am I mentioning wind at all? We are mapping wind now. And so if you have any questions about what we're offering, because the hail and wind packages are in fact separate, please contact us, email us. We'll be happy to answer any of your questions. So finally, let's get into today. It's going to be a late evening, overnight little event. We're not expecting anything too crazy. Maybe up to golf ball size, isolated in nature, and only a 5% chance from, well, 2% from Houston, a little bit higher as you go to the northeast. And here is the NAM model showing what is going to be possibly happening. We're going to have some convection. There's actually some going on right now, nothing severe in nature, just some thunderstorm activity. But it's going to develop as we get into maybe 10, 11, and then we'll start to move on to the northeast as we get into tomorrow morning. And again, we're not expecting anything major. It's going to be a pretty low-end thing, but if you hear anything on your roofs while you're sleeping, this is why. And here we are going into tomorrow, looking ahead. This is just a preliminary thing. I think most of it is going to be in the morning hours. Again, isolated up to golf ball size as possible. The chances will be low as well, no greater than 5%. And here is that radar. Again, it's starting in the early morning hours on Tuesday, and as we get into the afternoon on Tuesday, you can see it starts to fizzle out as we get into as far east as like Atlanta. So hopefully Atlanta, if you're hoping for hail tomorrow, do your hail dances. Again, nothing crazy in terms of chances, but the chance is there tomorrow afternoon, and then it'll fizzle out. And then that's pretty much it for a few days because it's January, not April or May. So let's take a look. This is the Cape. Again, this is what the storms feed off of. You can see overnight into Tuesday evening, we will have that Cape that will be moving off of the Gulf of Mexico, moving on in, and that will give us a chance for that hail. And then looking at the lapse rates, they don't look too crazy. They're not like the yellows and the reds and the purples like we saw on Friday. They're pretty, they're there, but they're not very substantial. So that's why we're not expecting anything big. So here we go. This is the upper levels. This is the system that we will be watching, and it doesn't look very impressive. So why is there a chance of hail? Well, if we look in the lower levels, this is what we're focusing on. That's the energy that's going to be bringing that chance of severe weather overnight and into tomorrow. Again, nothing crazy, but there is a chance. So if you want some hail, start doing those dances. But other than that, there's really not a whole lot going on. So that is all I have for you today. Make sure you follow our posts on Facebook. All you need to do is click on the follow button, select on the See First, and you will be all set and you won't miss a thing, hopefully, because even though it's January, we just proved it this past weekend, things can happen. And if you're brand new to Hail Trace family, or if you're having any issues navigating our site, whether it's on the PC or on the mobile app, please give us a call and we can set up some training for you and your team. And as always, if you have any questions, concerns, you just want to say hi, you can call us at 855-334-4245. You can email us at info@hailtrace.com, but visit our website at www.hailtrace.com. And we also have an Instagram page. Please feel free to check that out as well. And I am meteorologist Heather Kay. I hope you all have a great rest of your Monday.